Hi, Kris Hanna, Mayor of Marion, reporting on this week's General Council meeting. Without doubt, the most exciting topic on the agenda was the future of McConnell Avenue Reserve. I'm standing here right now. The history of the reserve is that there's a road going through the middle of two parcels of land. On one side, there is a playground and some place to kick a ball and so on. On the other side, a relatively undeveloped bit of land, and I'm standing on that side right now. It has beautiful sea views, probably 2 house blocks, potentially worth, I'm guessing, $1.5 million, I don't know. But for some years, Council's been debating whether or not to sell off this part of the reserve, the relatively unused part of the reserve. It's been a knife-edge sort of decision on Council a couple of times over the last few years. And so what we did to soften the blow of the potential sale for local residents was to improve the playground side of the reserve, spending a couple of $100,000 with extra improvements, such as the barbecue area, beautiful basketball court area, and so on. The residents here at the top of Merino are eloquent, and they've been passionately advocating for retention of this land. Notwithstanding the fact that we now have the best equipped local playground in the city of Marion across the road, it was felt so important by residents to keep hold of this relatively blank space of land opposite. The fact is that we have an open space reserve fund at the City of Marion, and it's relatively low at the moment with the commitments that we have with it. So the sale of this land would have replenished that, and it would have been able to fund things like the land that we bought next to Merino Hall to improve the car parking around that area. So without the money that we would receive from selling this portion of land, we'll just have to cover that in some other way, whether it's raising rates or looking at some other means. But fortunately for the residents at the top of Merino, the few hundred people around here will enjoy not only one of the best playgrounds and recreation areas in the City of Marion, but they've got this bit of land preserved as well. While on the subject of reserves, I can say that we also at the Council meeting approved continuation of the Sports in Reserves program. Throughout the school year, February to December, we have a whole range of sports organised for local people to enjoy, mainly for primary and high school aged children. And some of the traditional sports like football and cricket, come and try sort of days, but also more obscure sports like frisbee throwing and cheerleading and chess. I thought cheerleading and chess would be a good combination. Now, one more thing on the subject of open space, and that is the Marion Golf Park. The golf course also at Merino is due for a big upgrade, and we recently consulted local residents about that possibility, building a new clubhouse especially for the golfers. And 88% of the respondents approved what Council is intending to do. Understandably, residents next door to the golf park had some concerns, and Council will try and take those concerns into account as we move forward with constructing a new clubhouse for the golf course. That's all for now.